In the north of England, near to the city of Leeds and the town of Otley, on the border of North and West Yorkshire, lies the village and parish of Farnley. It is a part of Nidderdale area of outstanding national beauty, protected and conserved due to its national importance. There has been human activity in the area for thousands of years, with evidence of human habitation right back to Neolithic times. Like most settlements in the area, it has a church, Farnley All Saints. This small church has a much greater historical and artistic interest than first appears. The area was mentioned in the Domesday Book in 1086, and its name suggests it was originally near fern forests, the remnants of which still scatter the forest floor. There is evidence of a long use of the site. Some parts of the current north wall retain elements of a 13th century chapel. Archaeologists have detected Roman tool marks on some of the exterior wall stones, indicating that the medieval church had itself used stones from a much earlier building. A plaque inside says it was erected in 1250, but there is little evidence to confirm this, though records confirm a chapel existed on the site in 1379. What is for sure is that the current building is mid-Victorian and was restored in 1851. The church was used as a chapel of ease under Otley Parish Church. This is a smaller chapel that allowed the local population easier access to religious services. Some of those using it lived at Farnley Hall, a private country house half a mile to the south. This was designed by the famous architect John Carr, who also designed nearby Harewood House. The estate is owned by the Horton Fawkes family, of whom the infamous Guy Fawkes is a distant relation. Inside are beautiful examples of stained glass windows. The one on the west wall, installed in 1974, is brightly coloured and depicts the cross against the fields, woods and waters of Farnley. The three windows in the east wall are both historically and artistically important. The glass displays the crests of local families and architects, and include painted glass from the 1600s. Until the early 1800s, these windows were located in Farnley Hall, and are included in paintings by the famous William Turner in 1818. In the face of dwindling congregation numbers, Farnley All Saints and other churches in the Washbourne Valley are at risk of neglect, lack of funding and conservation, and ultimately closure. A small number of volunteers now work to preserve the buildings and keep them open for the public. Publicly accessible information about the church and its history is scarce. A few independently produced information leaflets are available inside the church. There is limited information online, save for some recent photographs and the church's own website. It is important to do all we can to preserve these historical buildings. In October 2018, a survey was undertaken of the buildings and its grounds using photogrammetry, the process of using overlapping terrestrial and aerial photographs to produce an interactive 3D model. These models can be used in education, virtual reality and interactive environments. The models also reveal details that can be helpful for preservation, for example the state of the roof and other inaccessible areas. Digital elevation maps, which show the topography of the land and reveal any surrounding underlying groundwork or previous structures. This process also creates a permanent digital record of the building. The data from this survey will be left in the church, available for future generations to study. It is important to continue the artistic usage of these buildings. In January 2019, modern digital art was used in the form of projections. This short film was projected onto the exterior and interior of the church, adding another element to the artistic history of the site.